Scommetto che non mi ha cambiato il titolo. Perché ha avuto un po' di problemi. Non so perché. Ehi, ma ha cambiato il titolo oppure no?
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is
Adesso
the
lo esco il
last link I
signo. Prima
have to
un
the land
attimo
of my
che
birth.
sento un po' troppo alto. No, sì, c'è scritto Archon Quest e il gioco è Genshin. Perché se il gioco è Genshin allora siamo a posto. Perché ho avuto un po' di problemi ad accedere. Non so perché. C'è. Ah, ok. Perché praticamente non lo so. Diceva che Twitch aveva problemi ad andare sul coso. Però tutto connesso. La mia chiave di streaming è quella. Però finché va, noi teniamo. Ok, allora adesso un attimo che sistema. Ok, dovremmo essere a posto. Boh, non so cosa è successo allora. Allora, adesso lo esco e sai un attimo che devo andare verso là.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to
Devo
accompany
mettere a
them.
posto
If
tutto
you
come
wish to hear
voglio
it.
io, in modo da vedervi in entrambi i casi. Ok. Usciamo il sign, lo mettiamo al posto di Dori. Tanto con la calma del mondo PS4.
Our mission begins.
Mamma mia, tranquillo, con calma, non ci crede neanche lui che ho preso Saino. Bene. No, io non vedo. Sì, è stata la play, non è stata la live, tranquilli. Questa è stata la play. Non so per quale motivo ci mette 30 anni ogni volta. Sì, sì, il gioco, appunto il gioco ha laggato, non so per quale motivo. Però io non ho perso frame e tutto. Aspettiamo sabato, ragazzi. Dobbiamo attendere sabato. Dobbiamo impostare tutto, devo fare tutte le cose. Abbiate pazienza un attimo. Allora, con calma, poi facciamo tutto ok. It's time. Andiamo. Aiuto. Oh, un tucano.
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh?
Sì,
Think.
non è Catherine, non è Catherine.
Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Si vede quasi subito?
What kind of
Cosa?
commission is that?
I
Aiuto.
see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Ok.
That's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Nahida, non dimmi che hai posseduto Catherine.
We have been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see
You're
the two of you
Nahida,
in
vero?
action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans
È una
doesn't
bimba
come
dopo
by
tutto, può
often.
essere molto saggia,
Ah,
ma
so it's
comunque
Nahida.
molto
Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't
bimba.
crack those
E
kinds
va
of
bene.
jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, "Add Astra out of Sosk." So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Riposata, a posto?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was
Quindi?
another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one.
Oh.
In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles
Oh,
around me.
vedrai che succederà a
They
Nahida.
danced
Tutti
round and
danzeranno
round,
felici.
and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground. And I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero
Sì, è vero, come dovrebbe
really
essere il
should be.
festival, con lei
It's meant to be a
che si
joyous
gode
time where
tutto
everyone
insieme.
gets together
Insomma.
to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream?
Sì, era un bellissimo sogno, ma
Why
dovrebbe
are you
essere
both
così.
looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
Non abbiamo pietà.
We're pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing?
Esatto, come
The
sta?
homie Army's haven't allowed
Prego,
any
dimmi che sta
visitors
bene.
after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering of the human
Ok, quindi
body,
per ora sta
we
bene,
can
ma
only cure it by
dobbiamo
finding a way to
curare
take care of
l'albero prima.
Herman's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. Oh, good
Ok.
point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Ma non lo dire. Non lo dire. Deception. Beh,
Let's continue our chat here.
vabbè, siamo scesi 2 secondi.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that.
Voglio sentire le nostre opinioni, va bene. Allora. No, non possiamo... no, possedere no. È troppo rischioso e poi non si fa. Naida, basta possedere le persone o i robot come... come la povera Catherine. Lascia stare, basta. Dobbiamo prendere qualcuno di vicino ai saggi e fare delle
We're in the
domande.
dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible
Sì,
consequences.
ok, però no.
After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Dobbiamo per forza possedere qualcuno. Va bene. Una figura
I've already
chiave.
tried that, but all the
E allora
commanders of
dimmi
the
tu,
academia,
Naida, però.
Even it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way, that's too risky.
E allora dimmi tu.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that.
Non voglio
We shouldn't involve
studenti
innocent students in
innocenti.
this. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages
Che è
are
vero,
doing?
però allora...
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind. According to a popular theory from the Bahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight
Cosa
to
vuol
the
dire?
actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders,
Possedere
then I should
me?
find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side
No.
with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems
Dai,
like he
andiamo
acts
dal
alone,
freddo.
and he likes
Ti prego,
doing
sì.
stuff behind
Andiamo
the
dal
Academia's
freddo.
back. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria?
Setaria.
Paimon remembers now. Isn't we ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival
Sì, la
repeated
tipa
itself.
antipatica.
You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon
No,
still
era
remembers the snug
era
and
più
mean
che
way she always
malizioso,
spoke to
era
Nilou.
non io, spero.
I've always liked observing
Guarda che
all
se
kinds
entriamo
of
noi
people,
ci fanno
and
trovare
Setaria
un
has
culo
always
tanto.
stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius.
Ok, quindi
Oh,
lei
Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun.
Oh,
The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to
ok.
return and
Parla un
light a
minimo
part of the
all'enigmi.
night? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
Questa non è più una metafora.
From the sound of it, Setaria is just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the
Quindi non
academia.
supporta davvero
She
l'accademia.
still feels guilty about not
Vuole fare
doing
di più
more
per il
for the
deserto,
desert, right?
per la casa
She's
sua,
just
ma
running
non
away
può.
from her problem. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But
Ok,
before she
ma dobbiamo
realized it,
parlarne,
she had
cioè parlarne
already
con
become
lei.
the sage's right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the act tomorrow
10
afternoon.
giorni.
Just
Ogni
happens to
10
be
giorni
a
si
shopping
prende
day for her.
un...
That
Va
will be our
bene.
chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots.
Andiamo a indagare.
This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling
Che
spot.
paura, penso fosse una cutscene.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Setaria? No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important
Ok.
thing now is for
Come
you to
parla
pay attention to
la
the vendor's
venditrice
talking
e
style.
altro. Ok.
Talking style and
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fate?
Ma è una bambina.
The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Of course, of course. In that case...
È una bambina, raga. Una bia. Vabbè, sono i catti.
It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite
Harut e
worried.
Marut.
Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Quindi si è offeso gli dei. Solo una volta.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
No. Marut e Harut.
Oh, nothing.
Sono anche facili.
Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health or love? health, credo di stare bene. Quindi love.
Love prospects? No problem at all.
Va bene. Ma è una bimba.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will follow.
Le fanate di tutte le cose col Traveler. Questa ragazza ha davvero un potere.
Did you two spoil my divination? I
No.
never read a fortune so absurd.
Tutti si innamoreranno del Traveler.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
Tutti si innamoreranno del Traveler, a posto.
I admit that the orientation of
Sto
today's
molto bene,
celestial
Giacomino,
matrix
sto
is,
molto bene. Sto aspettando sabato
suboptimal.
per mettere in
As such,
pratica
there
la
will be no
bimba.
charge.
Is
Quindi
that so? Well,
resistiamo
that
un
can't be helped.
attimino con la Play 4 ancora un po'.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Heart and Mert on your next visit, perhaps they
Giacos
could
Magnus.
reverse the wheels of fate.
Così facciamo tutte le cose da perché... È più bravo regia di fare le cose.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king.
A Kim.
His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to
Buona
Summer City.
poltrona lei.
So she still comes by whenever she has time.
Cosmento
When they start
swine.
talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Ok.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild?
Guarda
Sounds
come ne
like I'm in
approfitta un
for some
pochino
big
però.
business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing
Sì, esatto,
for it.
soprattutto il jet
After
PS4.
that,
Ma la
I began
regalerò a
making pottery
mio,
by myself in
a
secret.
mio cognato.
And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no
E
longer
così
making
è,
much use of the
anche
knowledge
perché comunque
provided to me
funziona
by the
ancora, va
Archon.
benissimo, è tutto. Poi ci pensa lui ad usarlo.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Il Boeing 747,
Oh
niente più
no,
jet.
not anymore. A few
Ma
years
poi
back,
so
he
anche
fell
dove
from a
metterla,
roof
quindi
and
sarà
broke his
tutto,
leg.
tutto
Since he had
bellino,
already
farò vedere
saved
una
enough
foto su
moral
Telegram.
over all
non
these
vi
years, he's
preoccupate.
just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in
Un
his
jet
retirement.
elettrico.
I'll have someone in charge of
Sì, non si
logistics at
sentirà,
the guild come
immagino.
by another
Immagino
day
che
for
non si
some goods.
sente.
We'll leave
Sto
you
anche
to it.
leggendo, non vi
Take care now.
preoccupate.
No problem. Rest easy. All our
Esatto,
goods are sure
e
to
qui
meet
anche
your
me.
every need.
Ok. Va a mangiare pure la piccola, va bene.
This should be our final stop. Sataria is always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
Hai spiato le persone, la Hida però, eh.
It's my duty to protect Samaria's citizens after
È
all.
vero, però hai un po' spiato le persone.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before. Huh? Sorry, I don't quite
10,
remember.
grazie.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right. I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my
It's
entire
good.
childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Amazing.
Sure,
but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
Beh, ci devono essere delle
So
persone che
this
lavorano
restaurant
sodo.
has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons.
I see. Guess that makes sense.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the
Ah, spero sia
academia as an
facile
official
diventare lo
student,
studente dell'accademia.
I'll be happy.
Ah, no, è su. Sbagliato.
So, was that everybody?
Mhm.
3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're
Ah, poi lo
planning to
prenderei a
make
sberlone. Ah,
Sataria
ok.
face
Va
her
bene.
problems. Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming
Esatto, la
resurrection of the Scarlet
resurrezione
King.
del re scarlatto, che è meglio non far resuscitare.
May turn out to be Sataria's soft spot. Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So, how do we set that up? Well, the Scarlet King is long
È
gone.
andato.
And Sataria is also... If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely
Sì,
be
non
weary
possiamo
of
dire
us,
sono il
and we
re
may not
scarlatto,
get
ma sei
anywhere.
morto.
But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would
Basta
probably
possedere
be
le
very
persone,
different.
Nahida, non è giusto.
You mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to? Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything
Lo
to do
so,
with
ma
it.
non è molto bello che succeda.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck?
Dobbiamo farlo
We
noi
don't know how to
addirittura.
possess any- That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them.
Ma non va bene, non sono d'accordo su
But why does
questo.
she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself? Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
Giustamente.
You're not wrong. It's always been painful.
Va bene.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people
Ok, dai,
alone.
non le piace, però è l'unica cosa così. Ma
I
Nahida
probably
dobbiamo
should just
migliorare
accept
questa
it and
cosa.
push
Basta
on.
possedere le persone se non è
Don't beat
strettamente
yourself up over
necessario.
it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll... Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
No, devo pure aspettare. Vabbè, da mezzogiorno. Dai. Taglie, taglie, taglie. Che voglio sapere, voglio sapere. Ti toccherà farlo 2 volte. Addirittura. Perché siamo... e non ci becchiamo. E carry out a Nahida's plan. Quindi prima la tipa? Ok. Ok, eccola la tipa.
Oh, here she comes. Satari is here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.
Ok.
I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's starting... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find out.
Il cespuglio. Ah, ok. Ma ci vedono benissimo. Ma cosa vuol dire? Ma questo non è un hiding spot. Oh no, che brutto.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Ok.
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Sì, scusami.
Of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a
Posso
moment
distrarmi
there.
adesso? Ah.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong?
Non va
I
tutto
always
bene.
thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Harutta e Marutta.
That's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
Ahem. So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for
Micetti.
another echo of the divine voice.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you,
Ma ci vedono
I feel like I've
comunque,
been a real
raga.
mess recently.
Vabbè.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to
Ah, no,
finish
che
my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Ok. Ma non so come ha fatto.
The gods are asking, Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been
Setaria è
thinking
ciecata. A posto.
Sataria,
È ciecata.
why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I
Adesso un
failed the
po' mi
gods.
dispiace per sta povera
Please
ragazza.
pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
Allora, non lo Scarlet King.
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking
Ah,
to
sì,
me
no,
is, of
giustamente.
course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh,
Aspetta.
wait a second.
Ma
The
è morto
Scarlet
tempo
King
fa.
passed away a long
Are you
time ago.
sure? Mettere i
No news
dubbi.
of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire. It's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer.
Ciao
Do you wish to
Giacomino, buon
refute
proseguimento
his
anche alla di
voice of
serata.
wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Perfetto.
Wait!
Ma mi hai pagato? Pagami. Sì, non ci hai visto fino a mo ti giri. Va a cagare, Sarita.
She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
Non lo so,
To have
non mi
something she's been trying
sembrava.
desperately
Sembrava
to
molto più
avoid show
sospettoso
up
di
out of
prima.
nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
Sì, capirli un conto,
All I know
imitarli
are
un
some
altro.
abstract Harabatot theories. In any case, anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria. She's out of Keems now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Aspettiamo dietro i vasi che non coprono neanche un criceto.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work?
Non parlo di
What kind
piante.
of work were you
Ok,
looking for
no
again?
piante. Quindi è questo qua.
Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
Sta camminando. A camminare?
Oh, that's good to hear.
Ok, ok.
I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about
Questo è
him,
indifferente.
is
Ah,
he
ok.
still living in Port Ormos?
Sì.
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos, and has begun to... He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh,
Ok.
so who are you siding with in all of this?
L'Accademia o
The
Scarlet
Academia
King?
or
Mamma
the
mia.
Scarlet King?
Mamma mia, brava Lumin.
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Mamma mia, ma Lumin non faglia.
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
Non ero troppo cattiva, vero?
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything.
Ok.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Follow.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
Fine.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately?
Noi? No,
Like-
tutto a posto.
As if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oddio. Basement, ok.
Oh, right.
Perché non mi ricordavo dove andavo a
Strange
studiare.
things. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything
Ah, quindi lo
like that.
sai.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Questa è brutta.
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well.
What an absurd
Io
question.
troverei più sospetto
You
che
make it
tra
sound like
delle
I should be
persone a
ashamed
cui
for
vado
becoming a
ogni
believer of
giorno,
the
cioè
Scarlet
ogni 10
King.
giorni, a un certo
In
punto,
reality,
si
shouldn't
sono
you be the
convertite,
one who's
sinceramente.
ashamed? You, who worked side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects.
Please, please stop!
Minchia, questa era brutta brutta.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
Niente, stiamo
This
fermi
is the most
adesso.
important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct?
No, mi
Please
dispiace
help
per
me pass
lei,
a message to
però...
the Watcher right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
No, certo, mi dispiace anche perché, insomma, ho capito il piano di Nahida, ma secondo me se le avessimo parlato sarebbe stato molto meglio. Avremmo trovato un modo di dialogare invece che fare questo. Per questo non sono molto d'accordo, ma Nahida mi piace perché è questo, non sbaglio che ha fatto lei. È un piano che vabbè, poi noi gli siamo andati dietro, perché no. Però il fatto che Nahida sbagli perché è ancora piccola. Ho capito cosa vuole fare, ma non così.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Hanno pure la guardia.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing
Ok, allora è
in him.
sospetto.
He's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face
Ci stiamo
the
facendo
truth,
spoiler
Sataria.
comunque.
You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it,
the tighter
Dovremmo
the
chiederle
Academia's
scusa alla fine di
grasp on
tutto
you will
questo.
become,
Dovremmo
and
molto
the
chiederle
deeper you will be
scusa.
ensnared. Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like
Un
I
piccione
should
che
be
dà tre
ashamed for
cosciotti.
becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
No, dai.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King. I have to say.
Sì, ma la mano che non sta propriamente appoggiata al braccio, potevano anche non farla vedere.
This whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland.
Lei
No
può
matter
molto
how
più
much
sui
I may
B.
try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
Seguire il tuo
You
cuore.
won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy...
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide
Questo è
some
vero.
assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Ok, l'abbiamo convinta. Nella
How much
bruttissima.
do you know about the sages' current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme,
Ok,
which is what happened around the
lei ha
Sub-Zero's
disegnato
festival. But I know very
il
little
sogno
about
che
the full
abbiamo
scope of the
avuto.
overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has
Lo
returned to
squalo
the
è
city.
stato espulso e ritornato
Even
in
the sages are
città.
still quite wary of him.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get...
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm in a...
Ok.
One thing, though. I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sage... let me see... let's use the most primitive method.
the
Ok, mando
Academia
qualcuno.
entrance? Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap.
È meglio per
I'm
te.
only suggesting
Ce
this
la-
location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Mi dispiace che lei sia arrivata a dover credere per forza dopo un crollo psicologico.
The traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening. Hey, but if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you?
Esatto, preghiamo
God of
Nahida.
wisdom? No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that.
Ok, incontriamoci domani. Aspetta, non ho letto l'ora. 19:24. Ok. Posto. 19:03 di lettura. Perfetti. No, non dimmi che arriva adesso Dottore, perché io la carta della live mi ricordo che era di notte. Così presto? Spero di no. Perché io quella pensavo che fosse verso la fine. Spero.
Wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Forse Alfredo. Alfredo. Ah, Lightown. Dov'è?
Catherine, we're here! That's right. I suppose I'm
L'altra
really
Catherine.
in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my
non può ancora
consciousness
confermare
in
la
the
tua
outside
coscienza nel
world.
mondo. Ok.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
C'è qualcosa che non va?
What do you feel is off?
È troppo silenzioso.
It's
Oh
the
no.
middle of the night. Of course it's
Sono le
quiet.
7.
You're not getting paranoid, are
Le
you?
7.
No, I
Scaramouche.
think she's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm
C'è
not sure
nessuno,
if this
sai
is
che
the
ci sono
case for the
qualche
entire
persona.
city, though. Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract. I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. Well, regardless. Huh. There really aren't many people out right now.
Non c'è davvero nessuno, che cosa terribile. No, questo è Dottore. No, questo è Dottore come nella live. No, questo è Dottore. Dottore, c'è la scena zombie. Non c'è nessuno, raga, dai. Adesso no, adesso ho paurissima. Sì, lasciami i zombie. Che belle le cutscene però quando...
What are all these
Cosa?
people doing here at this hour of the night?
Che applaudono.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last.
Che bella voce gli hanno
And to a
dato.
rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
The Doctor, madonna. No, i brividi. No, non posso per i brividi.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement.
No,
With
Sataria.
some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Samir City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Ah, no, no, statemi lontano, non voglio toccare, no, no.
These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here.
No, Naida, no.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Naida. Ah, li hai messi in stand-by?
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
Sì, sì. No, non lasciarla da sola.
You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your
Che figo
own
che è però lui.
consciousness.
Dai.
To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
È arrivato il genio. Vedi un'aura verde. People of Sumeru. Insomma, è arrivato. Madonna, no, non devo cominciare a pensare a Dottore, perché gli hanno fatto la voce sexy, ha fatto un'entrata bellissima. La cutscene nella live non era neanche la metà di questo.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
Voli.
Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one.
Sì, perché non me l'aspettavo che fosse così figo. No.
He called himself the Doctor.
Dottore.
Remember, Kainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came
È
back
stato espulso
recently.
dall'accademia,
And
chissà
that
per
even
quale
the
motivo.
sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time?
È ovvio che sono sotto dietro a prendere le gnosis. Lo stanno facendo, l'hanno fatto per 3 volte di fila.
Yeah.
Alla seconda
Things
ci
would be a
credo.
lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting. You mean?
Tignari. Perché?
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose.
Non lo
Let's
so.
go to Gandharvaville.
Non lo so, è un ranger, non sta fermo. C'è. No, io devo resistere al dottore. Io devo resistergli. Io gli resisterò. No. Non me ne frega niente. Lui e la sua voce sexy e il suo modo di fare teatrale pacchiano assolutamente, ma che io adoro. Oh shit. No. Oh Dio. Oh no. Perché? Perché io adoro le cose teatrali? Mannaggia a me. Perché? Basta che non mi tocchi con lei, se no diventa una belva.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy.
Cosa volete? Tashfin. Oh, scusa, tuo marchio voleva veramente male da piccolo.
You've fallen right into our
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
E per cosa?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a
Ok, è il
known
dottore che li ha
only as
chiamati praticamente.
Outcast.
The outcast? An outcast? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Si sta prendendo vantaggio delle sue
Still
accademie.
wasting time on idle chit-chat.
Prendimi. Va bene.
You're up, traveler.
Va bene. Non ho problemi. Ho caso.
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Order guide you.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance.
Just like we rehearsed. Go! It isn't over yet. Here comes reinforcements.
Ok, che vengano. 13 la casa.
I will have order.
Fatto.
that what elite mercenaries
È stato
are like?
difficile, sempre io che uso la ulti di John. Va bene. Sì, difficile. Con 60k di ulti addosso a ognuno di loro.
Yeah.
Flex un
Looks
po'
like we'll
zombie.
have to
Sì,
keep our
lo sto
guards up.
flexando, adesso smetto, scusate. È che
But this
ci ho messo
doctor guy
mesi per
seemed like a
abitare.
pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tainari?
L'abbiamo detto anche ad alta
Going up
voce, se
against
posso
smart
dire.
people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Non posso stare ancora a vibrare per dottore, c'è qualcosa che non va. Santo Dio. Oh, c'è con lei invece che Tinari. Ok, no, non parliamo con lei. Cioè, non portiamola dove c'è il dottore. Non la portiamo dove c'è il dottore.
Traveler and Paimon, what are you two doing back here?
Abbiamo un problema.
Chloe, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right?
La tosta aveva ragione. Lumin a Sumero sta sorridendo di più.
My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow
Se
me to
stai
stay
male
here
non
and
puoi andare in
coordinate
giro
other
da
people's
sola,
tasks.
Nani.
Oh, Chloe.
Alice, io che ce l'ho in parte la porto in giro.
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol?
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia forest a little while ago.
A Pardis, ok, andiamo.
He left? But isn't Tainari always saying...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule.
Bravissimo, è andato via, magari voleva essere sicuro che tutti gli altri facessero le cose, ha fatto una schedule per tutti quanti. Ma dammi la tua organizzazione,
Master
Tignari.
Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia. And part of STI is... I know that before he became a Forest Watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Party STI.
Oh no, adesso voglio dottore giocabile.
Huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party STI.
Ok, tu stai qui con lei, non ti avvicinare a Sumero City per nessun motivo. Esatto, stai là, stai lì.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar, but got it.
Amore cucciola, stai qui, non ti avvicinare a Sumero City, chiuditi in casa, sbarra finestre, porte, tutto. Adesso io non mi toglierò più quella voce dalla testa. Oh no. È finita. Oh, Nahida. Stai bene?
Wait, look who it is.
Non so, Nahida?
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you.
Tu sei Nahida.
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the
No,
moment.
devo essere sicuro che sia Nahida.
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now.
Appunto, vedi?
After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even
Esatto.
a pool of stagnant water after a torrential
No,
storm
ok,
can
Naida.
occasionally pass as a patch of sky. Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy. Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything.
Ma solo tu avresti
All I
fatto una
wanted
cosa del
was to
genere,
clarify
Nahida.
my point. Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell
Esatto.
us more about what happened. When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious,
Ok, quindi non li ha
instead,
rovinati.
he did something closer to creating hallucinations. that was still within my
Ok, ha
power to
creato
fix.
praticamente le allucinazioni.
Luckily, I managed to finish my
Che cosa?
restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me. What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us. I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at
È
modifying
vero.
Akasha
I
terminals.
5 stelle sono persone particolari,
Maybe
diciamo.
it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then,
Sì, perché
feels like he's
Ei
toying with us. What a nasty piece of
è
work.
lì.
Plus, the doctor's combat
Sta
ability
lì.
alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the
Ah, ma va
Fatui.
bene, va bene.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find
A
another way
parte
to
perché poi
attack
4
this
stelle non è
problem.
che sono meno importanti per la
Actually,
trama.
Nahida, how did you know
I
we were
5
trying
stelle
to
sono
get to Party's
soltanto un
DI?
pochino più
Have you been
ficchi,
waiting for us? Yes, I
però
have.
i 4
I can
stelle
see the traveler's
nella trama,
elemental energy,
alcuni sono,
so I
hanno
deduced her
cosine un pochino
destination by looking at
importanti e
the
va
direction
bene,
you were moving in.
altri un po' meno.
You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads? We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Spero che Tignari gli possa dargli un minimo di sale in zucca a questi qui, perché è stato veramente rischioso possedere quella poveretta. Cioè possedere, cioè fargli che ci sia di aiuto. Oh, la tizia! Lei me la ricordo, abbiamo incontrato all'inizio del nostro viaggio su Mare.
Travel.
The voice! It's Hypatia!
Ehi, ciao!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. It's so nice to see the
Ma
two
che
of you
carina
again.
che è lei.
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training. Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time.
Che carina
Since
che
I've come
hai,
here,
Pasia,
hardly
dai.
anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, wait, no. Did you already finish your...
What do you think?
Sì?
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Ah, sì?
You did it? Congratulations!
Sì.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and
Oddio, sta
unparalleled
pure
experience
tremando.
that was.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to
Promessa,
you.
ma non me la ricordo neanche manco io,
Remember?
Nani.
I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Ok.
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the
Addirittura?
consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
Le credi, Nahida?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your
Sì,
consciousness
esatto,
during the
proteggici che non si
process.
sa mai.
Hold on.
Che
I
io ho
brought some
paura,
spirit
mo.
borneo with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now.
Oh no, quel...
Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Ho paura.
Okay.
Ready?
Yours.
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand.
3
The world
tradimenti.
is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My
Scaramouche.
fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother.
Oh, povero.
Valuing strength above all. She saw no worth in me and I was discarded.
Oh,
The second was a human. My family.
quanto è carino.
My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination.
Ma no.
The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest.
Quanto era carino Scaramouche. Guardalo. Patatone.
Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me.
Ah no, là è morto. Non è che l'ha fatto apposta.
Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill
Ho capito
me
i primi
with
due.
pure loathing.
L'ultimo no.
So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth.
Mi dispiace
I
un
will
botto
scrub away
adesso.
every last trace of human emotion.
Oh, adesso lo
Then it
voglio
will be empty,
abbracciare.
a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
Ok, no, quindi non è un passo psicopatico, ha
There is
sofferto.
no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
Ah, ah, ah. Che faccia lumina.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
Ribadisco, posso capire le prime due cose in cui è stato poverino, ha sofferto, perché purtroppo Ei ha fatto un errore con lui, è ok. È tutto. Il secondo pure, perché a un certo punto Rakan sei mio amico, però appena scopro che sei un pupazzo eccetera così mi incavolo e ti faccio del male, allora no. Il bimbo credo che sia stato sfortuna perché gli stava portando del cibo ma è morto di fame perché si vedeva che era povero. È solo che ormai Scaramouche, preso dalla tristezza, ha pensato è stato lui a lasciare me. E quindi ha deciso adesso eliminerò ogni emozione. Ed Ei lì ha sbagliato però a portarlo via, poteva perché adesso se avesse la mentalità di adesso poteva essere forte, potevano rimediare l'uno all'altro, cioè non, essere a posto di nuovo come una famiglia. Il secondo è stato uno stronzo, il terzo è stata sfiga. Tutto quello che ha fatto dopo purtroppo è stato, mi fa piacere che però non era, non è un dio.
Such sublime emotion. Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God.
Sì, lo so che ha la diagnosi di elettro, però sì, però
I'm afraid this is no periportal life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor?
Sì, però
Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost
ma è
my
folle
mind?
perché ha sofferto tanto, no? Perché allora, qua è esattamente come Sephiroth. Allora, Sephiroth è un folle di merda, ok? Vuole distruggere il mondo, diventare il nuovo dio, bla bla, così e tutto. Però lui non è che è diventato fuori dal giorno al domani. In Crisis Core quella cosa si vede molto bene. Sephiroth perde il cervello, ma dopo giorni. giorni, settimane, credo che sia stato quasi un mese lì dentro la biblioteca a scoprire che tutto quello che aveva vissuto fino ad allora era un fallo. Poi lui, la cosa bella di Sephiroth è che lui ha sbarellato male, consapevolmente. Lui sa benissimo di essere un pazzoide. La stessa cosa Scaramouche, però Scaramouche ha sofferto dal profondo del cuore. Sephiroth cerca una madre che non è, che è sua madre, che se ne va col culo. Cioè, in realtà sì, però insomma, una roba strana lui. Poi vorrei pausa per... No, non è vero che è passata un'ora, dai. Voglio almeno arrivare al deserto, poi mi fermo. Un'altra cutscene? Oh, bene, un po' di combattimento. Finalmente. E fatemi vedere il Traveler in maniera... Ah, non è dalla Dottore a ucciderla. Non mi voglio fermare. Oh, sono dentro una hida. Dove ti trovi? I see you. Che fico. Ti verremo a salvare, Scaramouche. Non meriti questa sofferenza. Ma guarda, vedere ogni tanto il Traveler fuori dal gameplay che combatte in realtà è molto più bello. Il fatto che stanno mettendo un pochino più di filmati invece che dialoghi lunghissimi mi piace molto. Oh mio Dio. Tigrari, cosa ci fa lì? Cosa? Dove sono, mio?
Okay, we finally lost him.
Cazzo.
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no.
Ah, Nahida è dentro di noi e noi abbiamo visto ciò che è dentro Nahida.
Oh, the traveler's back?
Ah, quindi lui lo sa?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places?
Eh sì, lei era lì, io ero da lei.
Nahida's body?
Eh sì.
Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she
now? In una bolla.
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message.
Okay.
The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore.
No.
But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Bravissimo che si ricorda una roba del genere, io mi sarei persa. Ma lui è bravissimo. Dammi la tua organizzazione, la tua mente, Tignare, per favore, mi servirebbe.
Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing.
Beh certo, ha detto un codice che non capiamo.
Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival.
E questo sì, me lo ricordavo anch'io.
Used a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with
non ho ascoltato. Ah, Ok, la Luna e Nahida. E Stardust sono le persone del deserto. E Luz e lei sono l'Accademia. Ok, quindi le persone del deserto.
That makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Dobbiamo andare avanti.
You said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're
Adesso lo
talking
so.
about, the consciousness who is occupying the traveler's body is...
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
Che uomo intelligente che è
A
Tignari.
scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself.
Che bravo che lui.
I've spent some
Dategli
time
tanti
with you, and
pat
it looks
sulla
like the
testa.
Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Oh, che
Thank you,
carino.
Kainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed
Senza
invited to join
pensarci.
that project, the sages were always
Io,
secretive
che
about
vuoi
its
che...
scope and goals.
Che
So I
Archon mi
eventually declined.
blesserebbe. L'ho
All I
detto
know
apposta
is
così.
that project has
Secondo
something
voi?
to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
L'Accademia vuole far entrare il Barad in una... Sì,
What?
proprio mi.
Do you have any evidence?
Ho visto un dio nascente. L'ho visto.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who
Mi
went
dispiace
mad.
per lei, Pasia, lei è
It's
patata.
because she made contact
Cucciola.
with the consciousness of a new...
Kainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, if I didn't take
Voleva
action,
capire come
Hypatia
aiutarla.
would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have two Fatui Harbingers in
Sono
Sumeru.
entrambi molto pericolosi, ma uno
Sounds
possiamo
like we're in
aiutarlo
for a bad
con la
time.
giusta...
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may
Crio.
still be room for us to intervene.
Senza pensarci, Crio.
Then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
Anche perché l'inverno è la tua stagione.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tainari? What are you...
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come
Ok.
find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go
Che
with you.
brav'uomo. Posso ripetere ancora che è un
Hopefully
brav'uomo.
Hypatia will
Tignari.
feel better soon. We're off then.
Requisiti minimi. Anche il geo può essere un'opzione, sì, però preferisco il Crio. Per te, poi non so, è una roba mia. Dai, voglio solo andare nel deserto. Please. Vabbè, santo Dio. Arriva Cildo. Cosa si farebbe Cildo qui? Cildo qua proprio mi farebbe molto ridere.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebat. It's pretty lively here. So, just
Sì,
past
siamo
the
già
sky is
venuti
the
qua,
desert,
proprio.
huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of
Ah, l'hanno
Samiel.
messo qua per proteggersi
It's made to
dalle
block
tempeste di
sandstorms
sabbia,
from the
fico.
outside.
Il posto asciutto.
Oh, if it's this tall, it
dico.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Alfredo, non devi passare così senza dirmi niente. Così, a caso. Ma tu... è cretino, è cretino. Do lo scappellotto e poi gli do un bacino. Prima uno scappellotto. Ma scusami, ma così. Oh, avverti. Madonna, mannaggia. Da dove è arrivato, da sto... non lo dico.
Over here.
Sai già tutto, vero? Io lo so che sai già tutto. Aspetta! Dove corri? Dove corri? Aspetta! Aspettami! E sento cielo quanto si è fermato durissimo, si è fermato. Ah no, ok, grazie. Questo qua mi arriva di sopporto. Troppo rumorate, mi dispiace. Chiedo scusa. Ma siamo magici.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless.
Io.
You should have noticed those
È
hopeless
arrivato
amateurs
quello che è
trailing you a
vestito
long
come il
time
principe
ago.
Ali. Io sono quella che è troppo careless.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really give Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham.
Va bene.
Never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell
Dimmi che non
Paimon that
lavori
you're
per
here to
loro,
take us
dimmi
back
che
on
sei
their
a...
order.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I
Pure
can't
tu,
say that I didn't expect
visto
it.
che tu sei sulla lista nera.
However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh,
Sì.
right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy.
Ricerche autonome fa lui,
And these
bravo.
days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Sono affascinante. Comunque, mi stavi cercando?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting.
Okay.
The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you.
No.
And upon seeing
Non lo so
it,
dire.
your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Scusa, anche lui dice che sono interessante, sono affascinante. Ho capito. What forget me.
Al-Haytham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
La situazione è complicata.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it
Mi
is
piacciono i
indeed
tuoi
wise to
occhi,
keep your cards
effettivamente,
close to
perché li
your
vedo
chest.
meglio.
But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
Sono singhiozzo, mi ha fatto male al petto.
Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert.
Andiamo
So it'll
insieme
probably
allora.
have more.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Ah, sarà... Ma a me piace il fatto che hanno così gli occhi tutti strani. Sono belli, sono particolari. Quelli altri mi piacciono. Finally! Sì, finalmente! Alpina! Che bella! Tutta ragione. E c'è un Sili. Ma subito così me lo mettete il Sili. Vado dritto, non guardo niente. Una chest book. Oh, eccole le cose scorpione. Queste sono brutte. Cioè, brutte nel senso che mettono terrore. Dai, corri. Ok. Sono scorpioni normali. Ah sì. Mio, mio, mio. Troppo, 3 cicce. Ma io volevo la statua. Vabbè.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Vabbè, rifugio ovviamente.
Whoa, this landscape is really so...
Cutscene? Sì, cutscene. È veramente un bel posticino. Oh, ciao Sino. No. Calmi. Per favore. Che bello vedere il combattimento ogni tanto così. Ciao.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care
Ma
to
lo so che
enlighten
Sino è
me as to when
buono.
and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Non è incavolato.
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination
Beh,
perhaps be a
se
more
fragili
accurate
c'è anche
description?
l'eliminazione, non è colpa sua.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that,
Generale Mahamatra.
Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable
Chiunque
hunter,
abbia fatto
and the ultimate nightmare for any who have
crimini
committed academic
accademici,
crimes.
immagino.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al Hatham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer.
Allora è vero che non ci fidiamo moltissimo di lui, ma questo non significa che lo facciamo ammazzare così, da vedere le prove.
Has Al Hatham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al Hatham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're
Come
hiding
cavolo
on
la
your
fa
person.
riuscita a vederlo?
Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very
Come ha fatto a
perceptive
vederlo
of you.
mentre
Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
stavano combattendo? Scusami?
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
Quindi c'è
No
mentito.
wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the wall?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
Sai, no, se devi dirci qualcosa, dillo.
What should we do, traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and
Salve,
self-righteous over
Nani.
there.
Wait, Dia?
Ti prego, dai uno scappato a questi due così che ci dicono le cose, per favore. Ciao, bella. Non mi guardare così. Finalmente qualcuno che può.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other.
How
dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village?
In effetti sì.
Seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Esatto. Sì, lo so che c'è lo smirchino, quindi smettete di litigare.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Oh, povera lei. Wind, whoosh. Whoosh.
What's going on? The wind so...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Oh, ciao, amore mio. Due.
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind...
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Non dite niente, ragazzi, è inutile che dite di urlare. Siete lì 3 ore a guardarvi male. Ma vi do un scappato tutti e due. Tutti e due. A tutti e due glielo scappellotto. Per quanto voglia bene tutti e due, scappellotto. Adesso rido, spero. Sto già ridendo un pochino, perché questi due che si guardano in cagnesco mi hanno fatto morire da ridere. E poi sai, non deve darmi i suoi occhi. Sai che è in disparte. No, e non mi siedo vicino a lui. I due bambini, guardali. Che imbarazzo che c'è. Sì, mamma mia, lo sento.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
3 persone che vogliono uccidere. Madonna.
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
È sotto al tavolo.
My sincere apologies, everyone.
Non ti devi scusare.
I will have to ask you to make
Guarda Saino come la guarda, come è attento a lei.
Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace,
sì,
protector of Aru Village.
Oh, mia regina.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so...
There's no need to thank me.
Ma che bella voce.
Help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow.
Mi piace anche in inglese. L'ho sentita in giapponese molto bella, ma anche in inglese bravi.
Unlike those guys over there.
Sì, esatto, lei così carina.
Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
Ah, ma c'era sul borsellino la Vision.
Responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm. I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
Ok, quindi sa.
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
Ok.
So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures
vi
of the
picchiate,
sandstorm.
io vi picchio più forte. In pratica.
On second thought, Paimon may have
non l'avevo sentito.
Character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
Bravi.
That's what I like to hear. So,
Candace
which of
distrugge
you will
tutto se
begin?
qualcuno fa.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Esatto.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
Ci ha provato, dai, su.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
Okay.
While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen
Ok,
to
si è
exile
esiliato da
myself.
solo. Perché?
Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and
L'Accademia ha
development
fatto
files.
talmente tanti errori che tutti
What
i suoi
little they
geni
did
migliori se
report
ne sono
clearly
andati
did not
a
match the project's
meretrici.
actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence
Quindi tutte le
were
cose
carefully
incriminate sono
concealed
stati
from me.
di...
I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages.
Ah, e
You
quindi lui ha
have no
detto,
right
ah,
to
non volete
judge
fare il
us."
mio lavoro di generale? Me ne vado a mediatrici.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the
E
Academia
quindi ha
of
detto,
today.
ok, me ne vado a
I believed it
caccare.
would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor
Perché
predict my
povera Candace? Non ho
actions.
detto niente contro
I
Candace.
will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for
Candace
someone else
non
to
è una
give me power
mediatrice,
or
poi
authority.
è andato
Once I
semplicemente
find the
via.
truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages.
Bene, collaboriamo.
Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Ma io non ci credo che la storia sia stata fatta completamente.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
Beh, è
When I
nato
was
da Harrow
investigating
Village e
the
ha trovato
matter in the
Candace, è
Academia,
diverso.
I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Vabbè, che se
Like
stia indagando
many
su di
parts of
noi,
the project,
l'avevo ben intuito.
This assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine...
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Ok, ma...
Al-Haytham?
Fallo finire.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment,
Vedi che
I
c'era
can give you a
il
glimpse of
trucchetto.
divine knowledge.
Voleva la
A most
conoscenza.
enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words
Non lo vuoi.
contain one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange
Sì,
they're so willing to share
su
divine
questa ha
knowledge with
ragione, però ho
anyone,
detto, cavolo,
even as a
così?
reward?
Cioè, soltanto perché posso indagare sul traveler, allora mi danno un pezzo di conoscenza divina. Effettivamente, c'ha anche ragione lui.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you?
Quindi volevano
Using one of
farlo
those
diventare
capsules
matto.
that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything.
Ok,
So
quindi
it
non
came
ci
as
stava
quite a
più.
surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Eh sì, è vero, effettivamente l'abbiamo detto noi. Cioè, abbiamo fatto un patto con lui. Effettivamente è vero.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
Quindi anche lui ha
I'm
detto
willing to
all'Accademia.
apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before
Allora
it had been
vedi che
properly
è,
sent.
è veramente un testone, come dice Dori, ma non è
After
cattivo.
all, curiosity often proves to be the
Si è
most
fatto prendere
You
la
should be well
curiosità.
aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that
È uno
curiosity can
scrivano?
also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Guarda, non credo proprio.
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia.
Giustamente, su questo sono
Do
d'accordo
you really think they would tell me
freddo.
anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy.
Ok,
for now.
della serie. Non sei un nemico
As
per
you
me
wish.
finché non mi dimostri il contrario.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
Ringraziamo la nostra
And now
Candace.
you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
E in effetti che ci fai qui?
Sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Sono io. Ho detto, ah sì, ok, questi qua stanno litigando perché sono dalla stessa parte, ma non hanno ancora capito, quindi io dormo.
My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently
sì, si
recovering from an
sta...
illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back to... But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Lei è qui per
Is that
caso.
all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style.
Lei era qui per
In
visita.
that case,
Ne ha approfittato.
welcome back, dear.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Oh. Chi ha? Chi ha?
Whoa! What was that sound?
Cos'era questo rinchio?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Come
I'll
non è
take a quick
tuo?
trip
Cosa
outside
c'hai
to clear
dentro?
out
Una
some of those
tigre?
creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these can...
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Ah, ma ci credo che lei è ficca. Siamo davvero rimasti qui a bere il tè?
That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Loro non si vogliono parlare. Cioè, solo perché adesso non si faranno del male. Ok, adesso posso fare la coop. Perfetto. Wow, wow. Sono felice che Alfredo non è cattivo, però sei un testone. Dori aveva ragione sul fatto che è un testone, non parlare. Zitto. Esco dalla casa. Comunque sono contenta. Uno scappello a tutti quanti, però devono... tranne Candace. Hanno fatto... Quindi la morale della favola l'abbiamo fatto tutti per nacchi all'accademia perché non siamo d'accordo con quello che stanno facendo. Questo. Che è una chest. Perché me la segna come cesta? Ma...
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the...
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've
La
defeated.
sua stamina è potentissima,
Before I
certo.
realized-
Here comes another wave!
Oh no, ecco cos'erano.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my
Adesso,
anger out on.
adesso lei deve picchiare la gente.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame maid.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Andiamo.
The wind knows me. Nowhere to run! Stabilize!
Spread this on for size!
Futile!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Nowhere to run!
Oh, però fa già malissimo. Posso dirlo?
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Through me, justice is served. You stand condemned.
Solidify!
Forse avrei dovuto equipaggiarmi. Ok, che
The creature stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was
Ma
probably
no,
the
c'è in mezzo il
aftermath of the
pilastro.
sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies.
Okay, c'est
I
top.
haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking... I am the chief of Aru village.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been...
I can't say they've always been common, but recently
Okay,
the storms
sto
have become
diventando-
increasingly severe. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
mi piacciono.
According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago,
Another effect of Irminsul's withering.
Forse non c'è equilibrio, quindi tutto va.
Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia
Come
forest.
la nostra amica.
The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other
Ha
scholars.
senso, sì.
alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you
Sì,
trying
però
to
non farti
alleviate the
odiare
guilt and atone
così,
for your past sins?
testone. Sta zitto.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you,
Aspettete.
regardless of my position or identity.
Va bene.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars.
Sì, esatto.
First they lose their sanity, but is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Ok, posso finire qui. Ok. posso avvicinare alla statua, grazie. Ah, grazie. Oh, lei finalmente. Ok ragazzi, noi ci fermiamo qui, che bello. Domani Elden, venerdì Code Vein. La trama la faremo poi. La faremo poi la trama. Con calma, senza fretta. Ok, forse la prossima settimana, magari con un setup migliore. Ciao belli, ciao belli, ciao ciao ciao, ciao, è stato bellissimo stare con voi.